Thank you for joining me, TikTok. I want to talk about these visions that I had about America and this and our economic collapse. And I'm going to make it short. I'm just going to wrap them up in one vision and what message that God is trying to, not trying to, what God is saying to me so I can convey to you. So I seen in these visions, America basically economy was at a standstill, and I have made videos about this before, but I seen where there were multiple families inside a single unit of family home, like a one-story home, single family unit, and I seen like 5 or 6 families living in these homes. And I could see people who live in the city. I could see them have suitcases trying to get to where they need to go, because people were basically poor. Um, we were all poor. There was no money. And I can just remember feeling and seeing desolation, even though there were people there, even though that there was a scenery. I can remember feeling and this vision, the feeling of despair, just feeling hopeless. Like I was sad because this our country had it fell. Um, in in these visions, and then God just keep on showing me these visions about what is to happen to us. Our finances. It is truly sad, and I keep on seeing fireworks. And I remember several of my visions I had, like I seen fireworks. I'm like, why am I seeing fireworks? And I was downtown inside a big city, and the people with the suitcases, I remember just seeing fireworks emit in the sky, and like our economy has fell. We're just in a bad spot, and everyone's sad. But I can see these fireworks just emit and radiate the sky. I just keep on seeing these fireworks and my visions that I had like recently in the past. I keep on seeing fireworks, and I'm just like, okay, fireworks are going off. Like this is a really sad time. So I don't know who was lighting the fireworks. I don't know those details. I can just remember seeing this in my vision, just fireworks around this time, and how it was sad, but it was also like a type of celebration for who I don't know. Was it some? But yeah, I just seen fireworks, and we know of the immigration crisis that we're currently having, and that alone should let people know that our nation is falling. And we know that immigrants have came to this country, which we understand the Statue of Liberty. We welcome them, things like that. I get the history of America, but this is different. This is different because they're just not um, immigrants looking for comfort and a place to stay. These are those who are going to invade us from the inside out. You can read this in Isaiah chapter 13. So these are soldiers. They come from all over, and to make war with us, because America is Babylon, and this is what they're going to do to us. And I keep on having these visions, you guys. I keep on sitting, and God is keep on showing to me about our economy is going to fall. And some people, they may be stocking up, some people may not stock up. Do what God, according to his word, what he tell you to do. That's the only thing I can tell you on that part. Just abide by his will. And I'm really sad just thinking about the visions, because it's the pain that I felt, and I could see the sorrow and the brokenness of each American, because they couldn't believe that I could believe that this was happening to America, because I know God and I study and I read. But there were those who couldn't believe that this was happening to us. And a lot of these people, they put their faith and their trust inside the government, and the government failed them, and they were just at disbelief because they actually believed that these two parties actually cared about them. Um, but they are, and they will, at the end times, they will, when the economy collapse, they will hide out in their caves. They have them, in the sea, below the sea level. They have them in the mountains. I have seen exactly. God has shown me where they're hiding out, um, and I can see them even as I talk. I can see them. I can see their whole compounds, right? But they're trying to hide from God in the last days, which is whatever, which is pathetic, right? Because God is all, He's God, right? So, um, the government basically abandoned us during this time because they were like, "Oh my goodness, it's actually happening, and we know this was going to happen," and basically we were on our own. Um, we had to rely on one another during these times, and we had to get along with one another, and that will be a civil unrest. But I don't want to talk about that part because that part is very violent. Of the dramatic things that I seen, it was very sad. The violence, the amount of violence I seen, but these visions that they keep on happening, and they're just coming, back to back, back to back, back to back. And it was so much crime. It was so much crime. And the cities in the inner city, the cities, the major cities, they they stood no chance. They didn't. The cities, it was like all out guerrilla warfare. It was pretty bad in the cities. So I just remember seeing the violence in the cities during this time because people are panicking. You understand? People, they're not working. They have, lost their job. They lost their 401ks. They lost everything. I don't know. Everyone will lose so much during this economic collapse. And the reason that I talk about these visions and say these things because this is what God desires for me to say to people, what is about to happen. I don't know. It's going to be a very sad time in America when people really wake up and see what is happening. It's going to be too late because it's going to be all said and done. Our nation is currently falling, and it's like we're still divided. We're still not repenting, right? This is our judgment anyway. So, God gave us a chance to repent. So this is our judgment. So I just want to talk about that, what I seen. So you guys stay prayed up, stay focused, have a relationship with God. The end is now. We're living in the last days, and it's going to get harder in America. We won't be able to afford anything, and this is the road that we're on. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but this is our reality, and our borders have completely fallen. So that should be the first, that should be something that click in your head, regardless of your belief that a country and a nation is falling. So a lot is going to happen. So we're living in the end, and thank you for listening and tuning in, and God bless.